From Plant Lab in Austin, Texas, this is Stacker News Live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name's Car. I'm with Keyan.
That's me. That's who I am. How are you doing today, Car?
Doing great. Came into Plub Lab, destroyed a lot of things. I am destroyer of all trash.
Yeah, Car threw out everyone's belongings.
Got so mad.
If you had anything in a common area, Car was like,
No.
this doesn't belong here.
Stackers, that's not true.
It isn't.
It was the women's restroom. The guys, we're a bunch of dudes. They started using it as a closet and it started getting filled up. And I was like, you know what? It's time to clean up.
Car's like, I'm on the side of women here. He's like, I'm a feminist and I don't stand for this. If I were a woman, I would not use this restroom.
I never said that. I was just like, hey, we need to keep this clean. There's ladies coming in here. Come on, guys. We just had Austin Bitcoin Club last night. It was a women's panel.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is where this is coming from. That makes all the sense in the world.
And then on top of that, Mother's Day is coming up here in a couple weeks. Hey, man, May's for women.
I guess it is.
Let's get on board.
It's Women's Month here at Plub Lab.
I want to see a Stacker News post, Stackers. Women Bitcoin post. Come on. Let's get it going. How many do you do that with women and men? How many are there women on Stacker News?
Are there women? I think there are. I think some of them hide that they're a woman because they don't want to be treated differently because they're a woman, which is cool, which is one of the cool things about the internet is you can be whoever.
Yeah.
But I know there are a few who have assumed NIMS, but I suspect still the majority of active users are likely men, if I had to guess.
Cool. Well, with that, let's get into the top 5 stories of the week. The first top story is Telegram's Bitcoin failure. This earned 11,600 sats, 38 comments from Chung King Express on April 29th. What is this, Keyan?
Yeah. So it was like a couple of months ago, but Telegram announced that they were like building Bitcoin or a crypto wallet into their application, and it involved Bitcoin on some level. And so I guess it's gone live now. I haven't used it. Maybe I should give it a try. I'm not even sure like the tab appears for me. Maybe it's still in beta. But anyway, Chungking Express interacted with it and attempted to figure out what was going on and has a bunch of complaints. And, among them is that they're like pushing their own token, which is this TON token. And then Tether is another token they have in there alongside Bitcoin. Additionally, they use like legacy addresses. They use pay to pub key hash, which is like super old. But apparently most exchanges also use pay to pub key hash. So I wonder who they're using.
Telegram is going to crap, dude, fast.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, like, look, they're literally didn't they get flagged by the SEC for launching that TON token? I could have sworn I saw that like 2018 or something.
I mean, they might have. I mean, it is a
right here. Look, so the SEC halts alleged $1.7 billion unregistered digital token offering. This is back in 2019. Because they issued the Telegram Open Network, TON blockchain thing. And they're calling it grams. God.
Yeah, dude. It's a bummer. But you think everyone likes a scam.
Do you think Nostr fixes this? I know Christopher's working on the Arc app that's supposed to have some Telegram type like features.
I don't think it does yet. I think maybe in the future it will, but right now it's pretty poor. And my recollection of his talk was that he acknowledged a lot of the issues. It's mostly that it's pretty it's not very private, actually. I mean, your messages themselves are encrypted, but all the metadata is exposed. Which is like if I'm like Glenn Greenwald talking to Snowden, then they're talking to each other, and now you might, so that's not great. You can do things to avoid it, but there's not really a well-defined way, a way that you could standardize that process yet. But I think it'll eventually come, and eventually Nostr will get some cryptographic wizards in the fold, and they'll do it, but for now, I think we're stuck with some of these centralized entities. I mean, Signal's pretty good. A lot of like some of the talk I saw on Nostr was what Nostr needs until its DMs are better is a way for me to initiate a Signal chat with someone on Nostr.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I do love Telegram though. But if this starts being front and center, I'm out.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with Twitter now. It's like I don't even post on there hardly ever, just because that stupid dog.
The other problem he had with Telegram was that he tried to send a very small amount, 1,100 sats to Telegram, and it was rejected. He said his funds were mixed, so they're somehow blacklisting addresses in their service with some kind of chain analysis, and that's also a reason for him to be a little upset at Telegram's Bitcoin support. But yeah, I hadn't used it. I'm glad he used it and kind of conveyed to us all the issues.
Yeah, it was the top story of the week. This one's from Nilima. He said, yes, shilling of their S-Coin is a huge red flag for me. To test out the chain analysis part, I sent 10K sats to my wallet just now from a Whirlpool coin join 100K sat UTXO. Let's see where this goes. We'll reply here with updates. And he goes on to reply. Probably my final update on this 13 hours after I sent a refund address to the Telegram wallet support bot. They finally processed the refund and sent the Bitcoin 10K sats to the address I provided. Yeah, and then he goes in far more detail, but
no Lightning support, on-chain only legacy addresses. Yeah.
Can you blame Telegram for not being able to implement this stuff, or is it we're just so small in our segment of the internet?
I mean, if they're not thinking seriously about Bitcoin, and this, you can't really blame them. But if they are thinking seriously about Bitcoin, this is obviously lacking. But I think they're not thinking very seriously about Bitcoin. They're just thinking about it. They're mostly, it's a name brand that they're associating with their application, and that's mostly it.
Yeah, cool. Next top story is Bitcoin in Guatemala, an honest live report. This is from Carl B. Menger, April 29, 23 comments, 24,000 sats, baby. What is this?
Yeah, these are really fun. So Carl B. Menger, he recently posted, having gone to El Salvador, and gave us a similarly detailed report. This is great. It's kind of like everything that you'd want to know about going to Guatemala as a Bitcoiner, kind of what to expect, and going to Guatemala generally, but with a Bitcoin slant. I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of describes the visa situation. So apparently, if you go to El Salvador, you get like a 90-day visa, but then I think you can use that visa and enter in Nicaragua, Guatemala, and Honduras as well with the exact same visa, given they have some kind of weird agreement. And then that extends your visa for another 180 days. So if you're like a nomadic, this is like a pretty cool situation. He talks somewhat about the grassroots adoption. One of the more interesting things he talked about the grassroots adoption, and I guess Guatemala has like really high bank fees. So I think it's something like 10% for a bank transaction or something like that. So it makes Bitcoin obviously very appealing to grassroots peoples absent a legal tender law. Said it's more touristy than El Salvador was another thing he noted. So he said people were a little less friendly to who I assume is a white guy in Guatemala. But overall, like pretty fun write up.
I was gonna say my cousin's extended family is from Guatemala, so they usually have like these big ass tamales around Christmas time. So I always go over there. But what's interesting is that she left Guatemala from like, I think the 70s. She left from there to like America in the 70s because of what was going on there with everything. I don't know if it was inflation at that time or they were just like shooting people on the street, but it was enough for her to leave.
Yeah. He also said the exchange rate there is like
probably better now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think he said it's very safe, and I think that's probably why it's quite a tourist destination. But there are like the banking stuff is weird. I think he said I think it's something like 60% of people are unbanked, like something crazy like that. Yeah, approximately 60% of the adult population doesn't have access to formal financial services, and he attributes this to some of the large fees that are associated with the banking there. Which would make sense. I mean, if you don't have much money, you can't really afford to lose 10% of anything.
So we had 03D2338A4E said, always have been and will continue being a spend and replace advocate. And the visual you provided regarding this just sums it up perfectly. I feel the hodling mindset can be rather closed-minded at times because it seems to tied to the pricing of Bitcoin and fiat currencies in the times of big swings. This was great read. Thank you.
Yeah, Carl B. Menger is the originator of the spend and replace meme, which he's trying to kind of usurp the hodl meme in Bitcoin with that, and it's taken root. I've seen it quite a few places, at least on Stacker News. I don't know. I think I've also seen it on Twitter a bit, but
yeah, check out his Substack. He's got some really good articles here.
Yeah,
I would say create a ghost account. It's not so boxed in.
Get some sats. Be a little more self-sovereign.
Definitely. Okay, next top story is Darth Coin position regarding AI/ChatGPT. This was from Darth Coin, April 29th, 105 comments, 11.4K sats. What is Darth up to? Is this based on what we were talking about last week with the whole ChatGPT thing when we ended the show?
Maybe. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so this is his rebuttal. I read it over the weekend.
Yeah.
But what did you make of it, Coob? Because he literally at the end he goes, this was my final warning to all you guys, and special to you, Coob. I know that deep inside you are still human. Your soul is still not corrupted.
I don't know about that.
I can verify it might be slightly corrupted.
Yeah,
but he is still human.
Yeah.
No, I would say this, Darth. Like I've read all of it, but I would say this. Like if there's anybody that cares more about Stacker News, it's Keyan. Like I don't know. Like this stuff weighs on him so much where it's just like he's just walking around thinking about Stacker News. He's moping. He walks home,
grinding
walks
my
back.
teeth. Yeah.
He's like, I see him stressed out. Like so. Yeah. Just keep that in consideration. Like he's trying to make this a place for everybody. It's really hard to carry a burden of a community on your shoulders. So I don't know, Keyan, what do you think about this?
I think it's a very reasonable argument. I think he's right. I think it does make people lazy the more tools we give them on some level. And that there's reason for concern there. I don't know. I mean, Kevin Rook, who helps me with Stacker News, was here visiting, and we talked about like this post specifically, and where AI and even like right now we autocomplete titles for people because we can like read it from the website's metadata. Like, hey, this is maybe what the title should be for this post. Maybe that's going too far. Maybe we're doing too much for users. Maybe we should make them type in the title if they really care about the story they're sharing. And so the line for this, I don't think is super clear. And I'm not sure how it relates exactly to communism. But
I think for me, from what I gathered from his post, it seemed like he grew up around it and saw it happen, like, over time. And he sees that happening again.
Yeah. Maybe it's a vibe thing. Like communism has a similar vibe to like in terms of like dehumanization of people as maybe an AI run world, which is, where a lot of people think AI leads is, humans are taken out of the equation and AI does everything for us. I'm not like on either side of this yet. I think it's, possibly AI will be a great tool for humans and make humans more human, maybe. But maybe that's not true.
Yeah, I see Tony Giorgio. He responded. He said, "I appreciate your passion and concern for humanity. I agree that it's essential to prioritize human connections, communication, and creativity. It's crucial to strike a balance between embracing technological advances and preserving the human qualities that define us. AI, like any other technology, can be a double-edged sword. The key lies in using AI responsibly and ethically, and ensuring it serves as a tool to enhance our lives rather than replace human interaction. By setting boundaries and guidelines, we can prevent the over-reliance on AI and preserve the essence of human experiences. As a community, we should stay vigilant, and be mindful of the potential consequences of AI integration in our daily lives. While I understand your concerns, I believe we can continue to use AI responsibly, fostering meaningful human connections or human interactions and promoting creativity. It's important to remain cautious and critical, but also to appreciate the potential benefits of AI can bring when used thoughtfully and ethically." Then right underneath there, Bitcoin Sanity says, "Thanks for giving us ChatGPT's opinion." It was funny. But then Tony came and says, "Haha, I can see how my previous post might seem like a ChatGPT thing." No, he's pretty well versed. I would say, I think Tony's right. I think there's a balance here, and yeah, I don't know what the balance is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think we'll find out. With everything new, you just
So what did you end up doing with the Chat GPT thing?
I put up the bounty. No one implemented it, but someone did implement a bot that you can tag. It's at TLDR, and it'll respond in the thread with a summary of whatever was posted. And it's a pretty cool solution. It's only initiated when you ask for it. And so,
yeah. So right now I can do that with here in this post. I just put
someone might have already
LTDR, just like this.
Yeah. When you do that, it'll respond. They might have already. We can maybe, that's not right.
Let me see. I'm just curious.
TLDR.
Let me see.
Okay. Here. So it looks like TLDR hasn't actually auto completed or hasn't auto summarized this yet.
All right. Well, that could be an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm open to all potential. I mean, people were asking for it. It's also something I wouldn't mind having, where I'm like, all right, I don't want to have to like read this thing right now. I want to make sure it's good before I step in and read it, or it's gonna change my mind in the way that I want it that I want it to. Yeah,
I will say here at the bottom, he said, think about your kids and grandkids. Think about their future. I would say personally, Darth, I think that's what a lot of Bitcoiners think. The interactions I have, the blood, the sweat, the personal, cost that people do for Bitcoin, that I'm around for, those individuals, the developers and stuff like that. Like everybody pours their heart and soul into this, and they're definitely thinking about humanity. So I don't think I don't think that's necessarily the way to frame it. I think it's more of a balancing act here. With ChatGPT. So we'll see where it goes.
Indeed.
All right. Indeed. Our next top story is how to save on mining fees. This is from Heineck, May 2nd, 11 comments, 6,650 sats. What is this?
Yeah. It's a pretty good,
interesting post.
Yeah. It's a pretty good write-up on how you can use your Bitcoin while paying fewer fees to miners, and kind of goes over the whole, most of the options that are enumerated. So using modern addresses, unlike Telegram, particularly using Taproot, will have a smaller on-chain footprint and also cost you less money. Sending to multiple recipients at once. So one transaction for multiple payments is another way. You said also, sending with low fees, works. You might have to wait longer, but it can work. You can also now replace by fee on any transaction. Well, generally, I don't know. I assume he's using Trezor Suite as an example, so I assume they probably flag replace by fee in every transaction they create. It goes through a bunch of stuff. Talks a little bit about coin selection and how he thinks about it, and using CoinJoin and Lightning, and then some users went on to add a few more items, which I thought were also pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. Very well done write up.
Yeah, he does. He really knows how to style our markdown really well. Unlike anyone else.
I love Mutinous. Mutinous 11 said, "This is quite helpful. Can you explain 0.5. The idea is to try to write as little data as possible. If you have a lot of coins for some reason, I can consolidate them in times of low fees, combine them into fewer coins so I don't have to write so much data in the future." Is this an actual word?
Analogously.
Oh, okay. I guess it is. In the reverse situation, I may want to split one coin into several, ideally so that I can easily consume the whole thing in the future as described in 0.4. Does it make sense to you? And they go on.
Yeah, I think it's basically saying optimize your coin size for the way you spend it. And so if you have a lot of small transactions that happen on chain, you probably want small amounts of Bitcoin to be spendable. And then if you're traveling by private jet or something, maybe you want a couple coins to be together. So,
all right. So the last top story of the week is developing a GameBoy Bitcoin wallet, my latest project this year. This is from Anippy. May 3rd, 23 comments, 5,008 sats. What is this cool thing?
Yeah, so we made a Bitcoin wallet that's in a Game Boy emulator.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So good.
So people really liked it. Yeah, Anippy's been posting his projects for a while. He's written 2 other Bitcoin wallets recently. I've seen his projects entering the Bolt Fund hackathons. If anyone is hiring, he's also looking for a job. He programs primarily in Flutter. Yeah, he said his source code is currently closed, but he's gonna share it soon. His other wallets are open.
Yeah, the obvious thing I see here is what the very first comment says. It's like, very cool. This is from 02C533. He goes, very cool. All you have to do now is put it into an actual Game Boy. Wait. What if you made a Game Boy? What if you made a Game Boy into a hardware wallet? This is like literally what I've been saying for 2 years, Keyan. 2 years.
Someone will do it eventually, Car. You'll get none of the credit.
I don't want the credit. I just want to see it made into the world, and it's finally here. Dude, so this is what I would do. I'm just going to give him some, maybe he's already thinking about it, but you can go to Amazon and buy those Game Boy things, and then you just load it in there. So you can get like the Game Boy, it's like a little console thing, but it's not an actual Game Boy, but it plays Game Boy games. So like this thing, so you could buy this thing, load that in there, and then you got yourself like a wallet. Make sure it has like Wi-Fi and all those things. But dude, then you're walking around with this cool thing. How cool is that, man? Look at that, it has Wi-Fi there.
I'm not sure it's that cool, but I mean, it's cool.
It's so cool. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's brilliant. Keep it going.
I really do hope someone comes out with a dedicated Lightning.
Yes. Please, somebody.
Device. I think that'd be awesome.
Dedicated Lightning device, less than $100, $150. Make it happen. Wi-Fi only. NFC would be great. Not necessary. Like, we'll get there faster. Like, if somebody goes out and makes this, everybody starts making it. And then some of these bigger hardware companies will have to go and copy it because there's demand for it. We just created it. And then this is how we get to Bitcoin scale faster. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, I think that'd be awesome. I think, having a mobile node like that would be really cool.
It would get us away from these cell phones.
I mean, we're going to keep those.
Yeah, we'll keep those. We'll have our separate.
Yeah, but it's really hard to run a node on a mobile operating system. And so if you created your own device with its own operating system that specifically was meant for Lightning, you'd be able to basically make a node that we all dream of.
And then that's what I'm saying. You just got to start it. And then it's like Nostr. Smarter people will come and they'll do the rest of the work.
And you could step away and work on space chains or something.
There you go. Soma. Yeah. So that's our top 5 stories of the week. My top story is OpenSats, 10 million funding for Bitcoin and Nostr. This was posted by NVK, 8 comments, 3,683 sats. Did you see this? Yeah.
I did see it. It was a big story. Everyone was really excited about it. I imagine like maybe Jack was like looking in one of his old like Blazers or something and found $10 million in there. And he's like, what am I going to do with this $10 million? I guess I'll give it to someone. And then I gave it. No, but I think really cool. Jack continues to be like one of the most generous supporters of Bitcoin. He's perhaps also one of the richest public Bitcoiners out there, but really, really cool.
Yeah. So people that don't know, OpenSats receives additional funding of 10 million from #StartSmall. We are delighted to announce that OpenSats has received a generous donation of 10 million from Jack Dorsey's philanthropic initiative, Start Small, which will be used to support the development of free and open source software and projects focusing on Bitcoin, Nostr, and related technologies. As you know, OpenSats' mission is to help build a sustainable ecosystem, provide consistent funding for free and open source projects and protocols. And OpenSats will continue to operate as a 100% pass-through operation, meaning that all donated funds, will be allocated to the projects vetted by their board. So half of the donation is going to go to Bitcoin. The other half is going to go to Nostr. And then they have separate boards to oversee that. NBK is part of the committee. I think GG is now running the whole operation now for OpenSats, which is incredible.
CEO.
Dude, this is going to be huge, man. This is going to be really huge.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we're seeing in real time, open source get funded to a level that I don't think it has before. And it's really cool.
Yeah, this is definitely what's needed. There's also, I would just mention there's other, knowing price and like all those things, but there's also other, silent donators that have helped OpenSats even get started. So just want to shout them out for, getting this thing started and pushing it away to get it in front of Jack. And now Jack can do, the amazing things that he does, and that's facilitate Bitcoin across the world with his generous donations.
Yeah, OpenSats has been going for a long time. I heard about them first at a Miami conference event like years ago, and I was like really impressed that they were out there doing this. And it was started by Ben Price, who now runs the Bitcoin company, and just an A+ Bitcoiner, and they've gone on to fund a lot of things in the Bitcoin space, and now they'll be able to fund even more. Yeah,
Ben's a real one. I don't know. There's very few people that care about Bitcoin the way Ben does. That's for sure. He cares a lot about developers and people in the ecosystem. BTC Manual said, "Damn, Jack is really bullish on the tech. You just love to see it. What the Nostr devs have been doing this last year is crazy. Development just keeps pumping out new stuff. Hard to keep up, but great to watch. Sure, this runway will only speed up this innovation." That's definitely true. Jack is a blessing. That's from Tiniku. Yeah, definitely. I have one other top story. I think I just want to mention this here because this was kind of a big thing here in Austin last week. My experience at Bitcoin++, a Bitcoin developer conference. This is from Jake Blockchain, May 3rd, 5 comments, 3,609 sats. And then he basically just talks about his experience at Bitcoin++ here in Austin. Did you get to do any of the stuff for Bitcoin++? Or?
I was here at the party at Pleb Lab, which was amazing. I like almost smelled Tad Strija. He was like within, we were sharing air at one point. It was fantastic.
Did you talk to him at all? Or
no, I saw him talking to someone else.
Yeah.
But it takes me a couple touch points before I actually get brave enough to talk to someone like Taj. But it was awesome. I mean, I saw so many other people. I don't want to dox. I don't want to dox any. Well, there are people who were talking at the conference that I saw, and like John Light. I saw him and talked to him, which was he's a really cool, nice guy. And so many more people. Kevin Rook was here for the weekend. I don't know. It's hard. It's like really hard to. It's really hard to name them all. There's so many.
Last week was so incredible, and that probably is one of the best parties I've ever been a part of. Quite frankly, I don't know of a better party. I don't know if it'll ever be topped. Maybe
it was popping, and it was pleb organized, and it was the burgers were amazing. Nick did an amazing job on the burgers, and that was a great choice. It would have been way better than anything we got catered.
Yeah,
so it was great.
But here in his write up, he said, "Here are some of the highlights from the conference in no particular order. Meeting OG Bitcoiners in person was an amazing experience. Lightning was a significant area of focus with plenty of exciting developments. All attendees were required to create a Replit account, which is something different, and it allows beginner level coders to come along." And then he said, despite being a developer focused conference, the event attracted a diverse crowd, including podcasters, developers, regular Bitcoin users, and a few investors. He also said, "I attended as an investor looking to meet interesting people, although there was a slight anti-VC sentiment in the air." I didn't see that, but maybe most attendees,
it's a Bitcoin thing.
Yeah, were open to chat as long as you approached them respectfully. I would say, dude, I think the hackathon was a major success. Dude, the whole place was filled up. And it wasn't like mediocre hackathon project. It was just like all over the place.
Yeah.
And the teams were exceptional. But yeah.
Yeah. So. It brought out like a lot of the best people in Bitcoin. Bitcoin++ is right up there with TabConf in terms of like high signal conferences with all the best there. And I'm happy it's in Austin. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was cool too, because like everybody stuck around after the conference. So like all week this week, there's been people coming in, working. So
very cool.
That's I got all I got this week, but
I think we also wanted to cover the Inscription attack. done by Super.
Stay humble, Super Testnet.
I don't think he's out there in his chair, but he'd been telling me about this for a while. And for a long time, he thought it wouldn't work. And he didn't know how to contact a miner to get them to include this transaction. But basically what he did was he created let's see if I can find the actual transaction in here. He created a 0 value input, 0 value output transaction by sending it out of band to a miner. And it's not coming up in Blockstream for some reason.
Yeah, it was weird because I was talking to Parker about it yesterday, and we were showing him like mempool didn't even know what to do with the transaction.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on mempool.space at one point. Anyway, it's not much to look at. It's just it's a non-standard transaction that he sent out of band, but it broke. I've been following this a little bit. It broke inscription numbers. So you have ordinals, which number sats, and then you have numbers for inscriptions, which are used in some other way. I think and most people are arguing that it's not really used by inscriptions in an important way, but it screwed up that part. So everyone's kind of excited and having fun with it.
Having fun breaking things. I think what was interesting was just how many people on Twitter were like cheering him on.
Yeah.
So that was shocking. I didn't think anybody would care. From what he was telling me, like he fell asleep and he didn't think anything happened. And then he woke up the next morning and everybody was in his DMs or whatever. But can you pull this up? Do you have this here? Can you pull that up? I think that was pretty. Here, I'll send it to you in your Slack thing. But
what?
he literally said, I am here. Let me see.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here in this thread.
He said,
I am math become. Yeah, go ahead.
He goes, I am become math breaker of JPEGs. And for people that don't know at home, that's an Oppenheimer quote. That's what he said after he broke, or after he
that's
did the first nuclear bomb.
I think it's a quote from like, it's not Gilgamesh, is it?
No, it's Oppenheimer.
I know it's Oppenheimer, but he's quoting something else.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I believe he might be quoting Gilgamesh. I actually don't remember exactly, but it's the quote is "I am death, destroyer of worlds" is the
Yeah, you're right. So he goes, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds, quoting the Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. Okay, not
after witnessing the first nuclear explosion, and Super said, I am become math breaker of JPEGs. Super testnet.
That's right.
This is what happened when you get him and somebody that shall not be named in the same hackerspace for a week. This is what happens.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun to watch this happen like live in person. It was fun. And and it's what's cool is like Casey and they
get sport about it.
The Bitcoin ordinal inscription people, they're okay. They're like, oh yeah, dang, whatever. But then like, the people who are a little butthurt about it, maybe take ordinals and inscriptions a little too seriously. They're like showing it a bit, but Casey's just, I don't think has much writing on ordinals. He just enjoys it.
Yeah. Interesting week in Bitcoin, man. There's a lot of stuff, and that's because of the other stuff that we didn't even cover, like the Fedi announcement.
Raised
some other things,
$1 bajillion.
So there's just all sorts of things going on in Bitcoin this week. It was a busy week. Yeah,
it was. It was a crazy week in Bitcoin.
Oh, we got one meta. Yeah. We have one more meta. This is from Stacker News release. Subs finally.
Wow.
It only took you 2 years.
It only took me 2 years. Jeez, we're here.
Come on, Keyan.
I know. What happened? I don't know. So we added a Nostr sub. It was the first topic that wasn't exactly Bitcoin content. That was showing up consistently on Stacker News. And so it made a bunch of sense to break it out into its own sub. And we created a Nostr sub, and now we're beginning to see like how people think about subs, how they want to interact with them, and that kind of stuff. But
I think I think my only thing is I would much have rather preferred it right between here or here. But that's just
why.
Me. I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels too close to the SN for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. I don't know if anybody's else mentioned that, but
well, it's kind of meant to be like the root of the where you're at, so that you kind of you're on Stacker News. And where are you on Stacker News? You're on the thing that's right next to Stacker News. Yeah. So the grouping made sense.
So the home one is the actual one that you go to.
The home one is the home page.
And then the Bitcoin one is the Bitcoin only.
Sub.
And then the Nostr. How do you guys determine? Because I haven't submitted anything. Do you determine based on?
The user selects what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you go to post, will
it submit if you don't?
It'll default to Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't pick anything.
Yeah, I was using BSats and I didn't see on there yet, so I don't know when that's getting updated.
Yeah, I talked to Kale, who wrote BSats, and he was saying that he can't get into the app store has been rejecting some of the changes he's been trying to make. So I don't know how that'll.
Yeah, it sucks because I use BSats all the time. Gosh, that would be cool.
Yeah, he offered to give it to me, so maybe I'll
really?
take it up. Yeah, and maybe we'll support it more officially eventually. I don't know. It seems like a pain dealing with Apple. I don't know if I want to do it, but
yeah, it's a lot of man hours to put into something that you can get wiped out anytime.
Yeah. I have that guillotine hanging over my head. Yeah. But anyway, we have subs. If you don't like Nostr, you can just go to the Bitcoin sub. If you do like Nostr, but you don't like Bitcoin, you can just go to the Nostr sub. And, if you like them both, you can just use Stacker News like normal. I guess my question is, did you restart the item? No.
On the Nostr? Okay.
It'll keep going up forever.
Okay.
Until Stacker News dies, and then it will stop.
I was surprised you threw the jobs in there too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you threw that in there.
Well, jobs is technically, it was, so the Nostr sub was pretty easy to make because I implemented jobs like it was a sub too. And so they're all kind of using the same logic to exist. It's just jobs has a slightly different format and ranking algorithm.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
yeah,
I think that's all I got. You got any other, you want to go over the top?
Oh, the top super stat segment. What is he? The breaker of JPEGs segment. Top stackers. We have Satoshi Nakamoto, Carl B. Menger, Darth Coin stacked quite a bit with his anti-AI stances. Hynek with his fee thing. rsync. Yeah, racking them up. Yeah, a lot of top stackers this week. Most of them top 21 over 6,000. Top spenders. See, you really did.
Oh, Nout.
Wow,
look at that.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on the boards a lot, but I guess
Nout, are you coming to Miami? I want to know.
Oh, he might. Oh, I think from what I heard, he might be.
Cool. I'll see you there now.
Yeah.
Keyan's not coming.
I'm probably not coming. I have like a wedding and then a festival. Let's see. This guy with a alphanumerical name, he spent 20K, which is pretty cool. Juanito, handsome Latino, JK14. Do you know Juan Galt? Do you remember Juan Galt?
Why does that sound familiar?
He's like a pretty, I don't know, like sort of famous Bitcoiner or like very early Bitcoiner. And it was like part of the anarchist movement. Anyway, I've been seeing him around on Stacker News.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Handsome Latino made me think of that.
You're earning free sats. I don't know why you wouldn't use Stacker News, quite frankly. Dude, I make so much sats from Stacker News.
Do you?
Yeah, dude. Just randomly.
That's how it is.
I sent out a couple notes on Nostr. Boom. Sapped.
Well, that's through your Stacker. Yeah.
But still, even here too. Like,
yeah, it's a
comment. It's great, dude.
Top Cowboys. Oh, it looks like Austin finally lost his cowboy hat. So we have a new contender. CLR is now in the lead.
Yeah.
BTC manual.
There's really there's no excuse for you to go hungry without sats.
That's right,
in
guys.
this world now.
You can get sats nearly anywhere.
Fountain, Stacker News, even the Bitcoin app, the Bitcoin Magazine app, doing it too. You got all sorts of things now, dude.
Look at that, Carmen up. He's really
yeah. He really wants to. Scoresby. There's Scoresby's right there. Scoresby gives me a great They Live Bitcoin art thing.
Yeah, he does really fun art.
I wish Scorzy would do a whole post just on Stacker News so everybody can see his art, dude. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
Yeah, I think what he just needs is like the right market to sell his work in, because I think a lot of people would buy it.
Yeah. I think all I got is one post from last week. ChatGPT destroys everything with super testnet. From Blockchain Boogie goes, oh shoot, super on the pod! Exclamation point. People love the testnet, man.
Oh, by the way, I put the YouTube in the footer, so if you guys need to easily find it now.
Oh my God, look at that! No,
I also put the found link to our show.
What? Where is this at?
In there as well.
Where is it? I don't see it here.
If you click on socials.
Oh, look at you! Oh, whoa! Can you believe it?
That's right.
It only took him 2 years. We got subs and we got this SNL.
You know, sometimes it doesn't go so fast. But yeah.
You're on Nostr now. Are you? Stacker News is on Nostr?
Yeah, we have a Nostr.
Oh, I already follow you.
Check us out here on Snort here.
Oh, cool. How are you doing the whole post from Nostr and Twitter? Are you just doing it separately?
So Kevin will do, I think he'll do them. Yeah, there's no like cross posting tool yet. Someone could probably make a couple sats by just creating a decent Nostr cross posting tool, but
yeah, I don't know if I like the cross post, but
I mean, it'd be convenient. You get a little desktop app or a phone app. Yeah. You put your Nostr.
I like doing original posts on both.
Yeah, they might need different flavors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of extra spin on Nostr.
Yeah. Good job. Well, Keyan, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? Let's see. Shoot. I actually don't know. I mean, I'll do my normal work stuff, but what am I doing besides work?
Are you looking forward to anything? Nothing. Wow.
Yeah, I don't really have it. Maybe I'll spend some time in the sun. It's starting to get hot here in Austin. Maybe I'll do that.
We're supposed to watch Super Mario Brothers tonight.
Cool.
Might go do that.
Who do you think you are as a Mario character?
Oh, definitely Yoshi.
You're Yoshi?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Nice.
That's the apples. It's the apples.
I asked Super. I think
he said Mario.
I think he said Luigi.
Oh, did he? Interesting.
Yeah. There's only. Who
would you be? Would you be Dr.
Oh no, he said Toad.
But you'd be Dr. Wario, right?
Maybe I'd be Dr. Wario. Yeah, I think I feel more like a Mario, but maybe I'm actually
Dr.
Maybe
Wario.
I'm a Dr. Wario. You heard it here first, guys. I'm a Dr. Wario.
All right, that's all we got for this weekend. Have a great weekend, Stackers.
Zap.